lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate, bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? This beautiful, what is tonight? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday night. Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a great time. Great week so far. I know we had a birthday celebration today, so I was busy with that. And then, kicking back, enjoying life, y'all. Just enjoying a little bit. Having a good time. We had a great dinner, great dessert. You should always have a good dessert on birthdays, right? I think you should anyways. And then anyways, living life, guys. There's nothing wrong with living life. We should all live life and live in peace and joy and happiness instead of living in misery. Don't live in misery, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I don't know. I think Charlie Girl, I think she might be asleep now, y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to get off the night shift and adjust to more of a day shifter life. I mean, I don't have to. My schedule's wide open right now, but it won't be for long. Like I said, I applied to that college, y'all. I applied to college, a couple of them. And I'm hoping I can start summer classes, and then I can do two, just go year round and then do 2 summers, and I'll be done a year early. Should be. If I do 2 semesters, then that would be nice. It would be so nice to do that. But just getting all that going, there's just a lot to do with that, y'all. Oh my goodness. Whoo-wee. but it really isn't all that much in the, you know, realm of things, I suppose. And then I've got some other stuff I got to get, you know, applications in and this, that, and the other. That one they put up there. The other one I found out today that I got to do the application and stuff for. So anyhow, well, these people over here don't know how to back up, do they, y'all? They getting ready to broadside me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sitting outside. It's nice and quiet over here. Oh my goodness, are they? Hopefully they're not been drinking or anything. The way they're driving, y'all, makes you wonder. Y'all right? You okay? It's questionable driving. Anyhow, just got a lot going on, a lot, you know, here and there. But the title, you know, y'all seen the title. You're enough. Y'all, you know, you've always been enough, guys. You're worthy. You're always worthy. Even though some people may try to get in your head and make you think that you're not, you know, they say things, they do things, you know. I don't know why people have to do that. Why do they always feel like there needs to be somebody that is inferior to them? And you may be the one that they're zeroing in on, right? So they zero in on you to make you seem not worthy. That in itself should tell you, and if you're going through something like that, right, you don't always see it when it's happening. You just don't see it. You don't realize what's going on, right? And it happens slowly over time. And, you know, that's something we could do is piece together how that works out. You know, in the beginning, how does it all start? It starts little by little by little. But when you look back at it, for me anyways, when I look back at it, I definitely see those big, huge red flags. Hey, Charlie girl, been looking for you. I thought maybe you done fell asleep. I say, oh, she done fell asleep. Look at her. But for me, like I look back at things now and I'm like, oh my God, that was such a huge red flag. And I didn't even realize it at the time. And I stop and I try to think, what was I thinking at the time? What was I, you know, I try to recall what I was thinking, how I was feeling. And, you know, I definitely knew how things made me feel. But it was that whole thing of you're not worthy of having feelings. Your feelings don't matter. You're being overly sensitive. You're being dramatic, which are all things that are just shoved at you, right? They throw that at you. And it's always because, and here's the thing, you know, when you react to what they've done and you're addressing how something hurt you, instead of them taking accountability, like fully taking accountability for it, understanding, comprehending that what they've done is hurt someone and it was their actions, what they do then is they dismiss you. And there's different ways they can do that, different things that they say. You know, oh, you're overreacting. Oh, you're just being dramatic. Oh, you got to try and start an argument again. You stating how you feel about something is not you starting an argument at all. Okay. But they get in your head, they have you thinking that it is, right? And you're like, you know, like, why are you being argumentative? This is just ridiculous. We're just trying to have a good time. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So instead of taking accountability, they dodge it. Then they turn it around where they're no longer are they focusing on their actions, what they've done. They don't want to have to do that, right? That's too much accountability. They're not capable of it. They're inept. And when I say someone is inept, I mean they are inept in every single possible way you can imagine. And this is definitely one of them, okay? But they use that and they deflect. Deflection is real, okay? So instead of focusing on the subject matter at hand, they then turn it around and they turn it so that it is towards you and your reaction to what they've done. So now your reaction has become the target instead of their behaviors and what they've done. Instead of their actions being the target, your reaction is. And that, my friends, is a sign of a narcissist. If you look it up, and I'm telling you, that is what they are masters at doing. They are masters at manipulating, deflection, not holding themselves accountable for anything. And they get real worked up, and because of your reaction. Because of your reaction to their actions, they're worked up and it is blown up, and you are the problem. You are the crazy one. You are delusional. You are unfit person. You are absolutely horrendous. You're a monster. Okay. Now you multiply that kind of situation. And I'm saying about little things, about big things, it doesn't matter. You multiply that times years of that fucking shit. And then you tell me how well you think you're going to weather that. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, you are not going to weather it near as well as you think. I did not. And I thought I was handling it well. I thought I was hiding it well, which it was pointed out the other night. Thank you, Akuna, that I did hide things really well online. I'll say that. I'll preface it with online. In real life, okay, offline, like in person, I wasn't near successful as hiding things as I thought I was. Things are coming out now, which things have been coming out. People told me for years, hey, he's not treating you right. We don't like this. This is bullshit, da 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 da. And I dismissed it. I covered up. I made excuses, took blame, everything, right? And there was just certain people that are in my life that absolutely did not buy it. They absolutely saw things for what they were. So I wasn't successful at hiding everything person to person. I thought I was, but I wasn't. Yeah, it's the way it is. I mean, some people, their true colors are going to come out no matter what. You can't hide. If somebody's flipping out and doing shit, people see it and they hear it and they know. They may remain kind of silent in the background about it, but it eventually comes out and they tell you. You'd be surprised at some of the people that come out of the woodworks that call things out and tell you things as they saw it over the years. Crazy, right? But that's, that's how they get you. And, they have you thinking that you're not worthy. They will eventually even say those things. You are a waste of space. Right? So you may think that you're handling it well, and maybe you are. But one day it will crack and you will see. It's going to come to a boil. That pop is going to, that top is just popping off. It's going to come off, and then all of a sudden you're boiling over. And you're trying to figure out which end is up. You're sitting there holding your head going, what the hell? Why is it like this? And then you step back and you see things and you start piecing things together and you go, wow, hold on a second. Hold up. This isn't what, hold on. Hold the presses. And here's the thing, guys, will you offer someone else your compassion, your empathy, right? We say this to ourselves all the time. What you offer to someone else, you need to give yourself as well. They say, give yourself grace, give yourself compassion, give yourself empathy, give yourself the understanding, right? Well, the same thing, it holds true is you are worthy. You aren't a piece of shit that you deserve to be treated like that. to have the dismissiveness and the eye rolls and, oh my God, everything you say is annoying. When you get to a point where people are like, you can't fucking step right, can't step right, can't step left, can't step forward, can't step back, because everything you do is wrong. You've got to stop and you've got to look at it and see the whole picture. Honey, you are not the problem. You are not the problem. You are the target, but you're not the problem. But those kind of actions, behaviors make you think you might be a problem, or mentally it's fucking you up, guys. It'll hardcore fuck you in the head, right? Until, like I said, until you step back and you're like, hold on, I see things for what they are. Oh my God, hold on. It's really nice and refreshing. It really is. It's a hard one, because for me it's hard because I've had to step back and I was like, oh my God, you know, how could have I, oh my God, guys, it's a kick in my ass, because I thought I was stronger than that. I thought I was more with it than that. That I would sit there and allow somebody to continually do those things, continually. Oh, what? Hold on, you know. And that's why I say sometimes I think we get lost in the titles. You know, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're this, you're that, you're a husband, you're whatever, right? Whatever your title is. I can only speak on my titles, or what was my title, right? And when those titles are damaging, and they're damaging you, they're damaging you mentally, they're damaging you emotionally, spiritually, whatever spiritual journey you're on, which again, your spiritual journey is yours. It's your personal journey. It's between you and whoever, right? When it's damaging to the point where you can't even figure out hardly how to put one foot in front of the other, because anything you do is wrong. You're being ridiculed for it left and right, and not just from one person. See, a narcissist likes to target, but they have other people. They recruit other people, y'all. And I didn't want to believe it. I still didn't want to believe it when my therapist was telling me, well, this is probably what's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. And this may happen, you know, preparing, you know, like this is part of the cycle. Like, this is what they're going to do, right? There was part of me still that didn't want to believe it, because that was still part of me in my head. Like, yeah, but you know what? I was at fault. You know, it was my fault. I was the problem. So you know what? It'll be fine now, right? Oh no, honey, trust and believe. When I tell you, there's been some things, and I'm like, oh, yeah, believe it. It just helps solidify. Okay, because the situation there is, hey, Archangel, fancy. Oh wait, oh, fancy glam, listening from the bushes. Archangel, what you doing? Just sitting over here chatting, just going over the happenings of lately and working through, you know, the process I'm working through. I said I might as well share, because, you know, I know other people are going through this, y'all. They may just be starting their journey on it. They may still be in it, not realizing that it's a journey they're going to have to start. Because I can tell you right, well, no, I was going to say 2 years ago, I didn't. No, you know what? I knew 2 years ago. I knew. I still sat there, still hopeful that one day somebody would see my worth, that they would understand, you know, that I was important and I deserve to have space in this world just as much as they do. But when you have to think that, I'm sorry, I think you need to get up and go. Because as soon as you have to think that, as soon as you have to sit there and say, I'm a human being, treat me as such, oh, honey, it's too late. They've already shown who they are. Because no decent person who is capable of love, who is capable of empathy and compassion would ever treat someone like that. Guys, this is just the way it is. This isn't just a thing, well, you pissed me off. No, not at all. I'm talking, it's so much deeper than that. And for me to get my head around it, I'm still working on that one. Okay. But really, it is the truth. It is absolutely the truth. And I do wholeheartedly believe it, that you are not capable of true. You don't know how it is to love somebody if you're able to do that, because you can't switch like that. Huh? No, you just can't. Right? You either have compassion and empathy or you don't. A narcissist just doesn't. They're only at it. They're only into it for their own. If it does not benefit them, they could give two shits. Right? That is the cold, hard truth here. It has to benefit them. Then you get the hardcore narcissist that not only does it have to benefit them, but it needs to benefit the way they see it should. Oh, you want to pay money for this? Oh, I'm going to say that it has to be this way. Never mind that you're doing something out of a nicety and they got to turn it to something that's not nice anymore. You know, they've got to just, I don't know why, they just have to sit there and make things miserable, no matter fucking what. And you stepping up, saying how their actions hurt you. Yeah, your actions are the problem, not my reaction. My being hurt by something was not the problem. The problem is the actions and someone doing the shit and doing it repeatedly as a big fuck you. I'm sorry, that is not a me problem. That is absolutely you problem. Okay? And I don't mean y'all as in you. I'm just saying in general, whoever's doing it, that is a them problem. You have a serious issue and you need to fucking get help. You want to sit there and treat somebody like shit and drop your shit and do all your fuckery that you're doing. Think about it, guys. They want to do everything, and then as soon as you react, oh Lord have mercy, it's horrible, she's crazy, delusional, oh blah 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 blah. I mean, are you kidding me? Yeah, no. Your actions are the problem. 100. Not a reaction. The reaction is what you get because you're an asshole. And there you have it. I said it. The reaction you get from me is because someone is coming at me being a fucking asshole. Or another word that I usually do not like to use, but I find myself using it a lot lately. Like a lot. And it is a word that I have never liked to use. But actually, there's two words that I've been using a lot in reference to. One's the P word and the other is the C word. I don't really like either one of them, but they seem to just be flying out of my mouth like nothing. Rolling off the tongue like butter. Just smooth, warm butter on a knife. Shoo, you know? And it was said, Charlie Girl said it to me, just, well, it's because you're dealing with one, you know? You got a reason to, you know? But either way, yeah, it's, you get tired of it not being able to express how you feel about something. And have y'all ever had somebody, somebody like this in your life, right? Maybe. I hope y'all don't. I really do, because dealing with something like that, y'all, nobody should have to deal with this, okay? You're expressing how something hurt you, and then they get mad about it, and it turns into this big argument. You don't want to talk for a fucking week. You want to do all this other bullshit, right? And oh my God, you turn around, you act like the victim because somebody expressed how they felt about something, and you just couldn't take it. Your ego was just so fucking crushed you couldn't take it. I'm not here to smooth anybody's freaking ego, y'all. That ain't my job. It is not my job to build somebody up because they just don't have any, they don't see their own self-worth. It's not my job to tear you down, but it ain't my job to build you up. You need to do that on your own. You ain't going to find your happiness or your satisfaction with yourself through me or anybody else. I've discovered that my worth being in this world and moving around in this world and doing what it is I want to do and holding my head up and having the confidence and all that kind of stuff. I'm not getting that from anybody else, guys. I have to find that within me. Nobody else is walking my life. Only me. And that is the one thing that we can be completely selfish with. Right? You know, you call self, yeah, I'll be selfish with that. Guess what? I am the one who is responsible for how I feel about myself and how I see myself, not anybody else. And I'm also responsible for making sure that I maintain a strong mental health where I never allow someone else to sit there and try to make me out to be a piece of shit, make me feel like I'm nothing and I'm worthless. Oh, hell no, baby. Becca's back, y'all. Becca's back. And I'm telling you what, I'm coming back. I'm still coming back, okay? But I'm going to be stronger than ever. When I tell you, my goal is I will definitely be a force to be reckoned with. I'm getting there little by little. I had to stand up to some asshole a couple weeks ago. I told him. I did, y'all, and I didn't even realize it until it was pointed out to me. Like, hey, good, you're taking back some of your power. Look at that, you know. He come across me twice, being extremely rude and talking down to me. Look. I could not do it, y'all. I went up to him and I said, look, if you ever come across me like that again, you speak to me that way, you are going to hear me. Do you understand? I said, that's 2 strikes. The third one, you're out. I will not be nice. He just looked at me like, what the fuck? You know, I was like, smirked, thought he was really Mr. Something, you know. I tell you what, he hadn't messed with me since. I'm not taking it anymore. I am just not taking it anymore. And we have the right to do that, guys. We have that right, and we need to make sure don't lose sight of that. I hope all y'all are out there and you're in a healthy place mentally, spiritually, like you are good with who you are. And never allow for someone else to get into your head enough to make you think that you're not. Absolutely don't. I mean, and y'all, if we see somebody else going through that and you see them slipping, I don't know what to say. We try to hold them up. Don't let them drown. Just let them know this is not okay. But, you know, they're going to walk their own path just like I've had to. We all make the different decisions and different choices. But maybe one day they'll be like me and they'll be sitting there going, you know what? I remember so-and-so said this. I remember that. And you're looking back and you're like, you know, they were right. I really hope that no one else is having to go through it and having to look back years from now going, oh, they were right about that, you know. But the truth is we all have that path to walk. And we have different journeys in life, and some of us have to learn different lessons. Some of us are bullheaded and take a little bit longer to learn the lessons. You know, that's all right. I am a quick learner, though, so there's that. Let's hope I can hold on to some of the, you know, learning that I've had in my brain, you know. But, I mean, it's just very interesting, you know, just looking and thinking about it all. And I'm still working on it, y'all. I'm just beginning. I got a long way to go. I've got a lot to process, a lot to work through. And all I can do right now is work through what I can work through and to acknowledge that this is what I can handle right now. It's okay. I know the rest is there, but right now, this is what I can deal with. This is what I can work on, and that is okay. You only deal with what you can deal with at the moment. Because for me, if I have to look at the big picture, y'all, it's overwhelming. It is overwhelming. And so I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm going to take this and this and this and this is what I'm going to deal with. This is what I'm going to work on. I know that this and that all that other shit is there, and I'll bring it in a little bit at a time, little chunks where I may have to deal with something, and like the incident that I had with that guy, that I ended up very upset, and I ended up crying, and I was so mad. And I realized, like, I had to really think it through. And they say you got to get in touch with your feelings. What are you feeling, and why are you feeling them? And I absolutely did that. And it took me about 5 minutes, and I realized, ooh, yeah, I'm mad at the way he spoke down to me. But what I was really mad about was the fact that I kept apologizing, and I was trying to be small. Like I was receding back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, and I'm just trying to shrink down and be small and disappear. And that pissed me off. That's what got me. And I said, hell no. That's why I went back and I confronted him. Because like, no, no. I'm not doing that. I did nothing wrong. I absolutely did nothing wrong. And this person has a problem. They deal with a lot of people like that. It is what it is. Okay. But I will take my stand and say, no, you're not going to treat me like that. Just keep on stepping, bud. And so my thing is eventually I will not say sorry when I don't need to, because that is another thing that people like to do, is convince you that you've done something wrong and you have to say sorry. No, it doesn't work that way. If I've done something wrong, I absolutely will sit here and say sorry. But I no longer am going to just sit here and continue to say sorry, just to get you to stop being nasty, to get you to stop yelling, right? Because one, that doesn't work. They're still going to be nasty and yell. They're still going to treat you exactly. And they're going to do it even more so, because they realize you're going to take it and they feel powerful over it. When they see you shrinking down and they see you apologizing and being like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever, they get off on that and they feel powerful. And they're like, yeah, I'm winning. I got you under my thumb. Yeah, no, you don't. Ain't nobody got me under the thumb, honey. I'm single and ready to, I would say mingle, but not really. I'll talk to you, but either way, I'm not under anybody's thumb. I don't owe anyone an explanation of anything. And that's freeing. And the truth of the matter is, I really didn't know anybody that before either, without good reason. There's one thing about respect and respect in a marriage and this kind of thing, but I don't owe, I don't owe somebody an explanation because they went out and cheated on me and then sit there and think that it's okay. I don't owe you an explanation for why I'm mad about that. I think that would be pretty self-explanatory, don't you? I'm saying, I just think that that's common sense. You got to lie to my face. Just one, ooh, look, way too long. You lie to my face. Me getting mad because you lied to me. Doing what you're doing. And you want me to apologize for your fuck shit? I don't think so. It don't work that way, guys. I'm not doing it. Y'all ever know somebody like that? Oh my goodness, y'all. What is wrong with people like that? You out your mind. You are out your mind to think you can sit here and keep fucking somebody over and they owe you an apology? Nope. Nope. Sorry. Not okay. Not okay at all. But I'll tell you this. There's an issue and it ain't you. when you have removed yourself from the situation, you are not there. You are not present. All right. And yet you still the problem. You know, I was a lot more powerful than I thought. That's power right there, if you ask me. I'm not even there, and you still melting down. You still melting down like a big old pussy. I said it, y'all. That's the word I can't stand. I hate that word, but I said it. I told you it's been rolling off my tongue like warm slice of butter on a knife. um, but you're gonna do shit like that, right? You're gonna act like that. I got more power. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's wow. Absolutely wow. I mean, I didn't even think I was powerful when I was around someone, and now that I'm not even there, man, that holds a lot of power, doesn't it? You got a lot of power over someone if they're stalking you, seeking you out. And you put up a post, y'all. I'm telling you, I started doing it yesterday. I think I'll do it. I don't know if I'll do it maybe once a week or every so many days. I have to figure it out. I don't want to do it daily, although I probably could do it daily. What would you do if you found out your ex and you put whatever? It's a hypothetical question. Oh, Lord, you do that? Guess what? Somebody's screenshotting that shit, sending it to somebody, and they're sending it to somebody, and next thing you know, the fucking sheriff is calling your ass because you put a hypothetical situation out there and you ask the question. No names mentioned, but you lap it up like it's yesterday's newspaper, wiping your ass with it. Right? I mean, come on, guys. You know, I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Shame, shame, shame. Yeah, call the popo. That's right, call the popo. I just said, huh. Well, and because that didn't work, they got very triggered. Very triggered. Called somebody and sent a threat through that person to me. You know, ooh, mad as hell because the police were coming to arrest me for making that post. I said, hold on. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. I get a kick out of that. I'm like, seriously? Oh, thank you for claiming that, though. That's cool. Thank you for claiming it. You're gonna claim the cucumber one too? I'm curious. You know what I mean? You ask them. You gotta ask yourself. They gonna do that? Crazy. I know. Must have struck a nerve. It must have. Little reality hit. Yeah, that guy who contacted me wasn't lying, huh? Maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe he was telling. I think he was, but you know, signed affidavit will make it stick. Make it stick really well. Some people are, you know, some people are freaky as hell. That's on you. If that's how you want to be, cool. Okay? That ain't me. I ain't about all this, you know. Look, I support you, love whoever you love, you do what you gotta do. Screwing and fucking ain't loving, okay? Let's put it that way. But you gotta do what you gotta do. That's fine. You go be you. Don't think I'm gonna agree to it or that I'm in like that. I'm just not. If you are gay, go be gay, man. Be proud. I 100% support you. You're straight, go be straight. I don't care. I'll support you. But don't come at me thinking I'm going to get in on any of that nastiness. Absolutely not. That's just not me. You know, be proud of who you are. Go do you. Start being honest with who you are and be honest with everybody else. You're good to go. I'm just saying if that's you. You know? Yeah, Charlie girl, the cucumbers. God, the cucumbers down there. But you know, it's the whole thing of Being honest and having honesty. Some people just can't do that. Can't be honest at all. And I think, and it was said today too that, a narcissist will sit there and they will say things to you even if they don't believe it themselves. They know it's not true, but they want you to believe it. Like, damn. That's... But then they also do the thing where they will convince themselves that it's true. A narcissist is really fucked up, y'all. When you really look into it and you see all the different kinds, there's a covert, oh my gosh. All, they're really messed up, man. They really are. And it takes years and years and years of therapy to attempt to correct that. To quote unquote fix it, so to speak. There is therapy, there's help out there. But as it was pointed out to me, is I don't have enough years in my life left on earth to ride that one out. 20 years old, I may have had enough years left. I don't at this point. I'm 52 years old. I don't have time for your fuck shit. I'm moving on. I am worth being in this world. I am worth moving around freely. It's funny, guys. Just going to the store, right? And I think I walk in, I'm like, hey, I'll talk to anybody. And I think about it for a while there, I wasn't doing that. Like I said, when you step back and you start seeing things, I was in such a depression, such not in a mentally good place, that even going to the store, I wasn't how I normally was. Normally, when Becca walks into a store or anywhere, right, I'm not necessarily an extrovert per se. I actually probably more introverted. Like I am perfectly fine sitting at home by myself doing my crafts, reading a good book, listening to music. But when I go out in public, most of the time I go out and I'm, hey, how you doing? Like I will go, and they say it's a Southern thing, right? You're in the South, that's how it is here. You walk into a store, you start talking to someone, and everybody thinks you know that person. Like I've never seen them before in my life. I'll probably never see him again, right? You have a full-blown conversation with them. I've had full-blown conversations with people about their lives that they just start telling me, and I'm like, oh, really? Da, 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 and I have no clue who they are. I don't know, but I'm finding out a little section of their life that's going on, and we have a good chat. And, okay, all right, see you later. Have a good day. Never see him again. That Becca's back. I mean, apparently I'm putting out there that I'm approachable now because people are talking to me left and right. And it's the vibe I give off. I know that's what it is because I'm not in a depressed funk anymore. I'm coming back. I'm around. I'm here. Just tonight, I have to stop at the store because we needed some more Lactaid. Got dairy intolerance going on, and so make sure to get that. Just grab a couple things, and having to get home so we can do dinner and stuff. And Lily Bit, of course, was with me. A big surprise, and a lady, she stops me and she's coming out. We're going back to the dairy, and she's coming out of the pet aisle, and she stops. She goes, "Oh, look at her!" And I'm like, "Oh, Lily Bit gets attention everywhere we go, guys. Everybody adores her. They love her. She's so cute. She's so little. Oh, But the lady goes, "Oh my gosh!" She goes, "Where did you get that harness?" And I just looked and I said, "This old thing, because it's an older harness. She wears it a lot. It's pink. It's she's got a few harnesses." And I said, "Actually, I'm not sure. I think a friend of mine may have given it to me because I think she gave me the yellow one. She may have given me the pink one too." Either way, I had a conversation with her about it. I was like, I said, what you need to do is you make sure you get the extra, extra small because she's got a little doggy and the hair is the only thing she's getting ready to get cut. She's getting cut down for the summer. So the harness that she's in now is not going to fit her once all that hair is gone. I understand. Lily Bit don't have that problem. She has the same amount of hair all the time, it appears. But, so I was just, conversating with her about, oh yeah, you know what? Try the cat suction as well. She said, oh, hadn't thought about that. So anyhow, we had a great conversation. She's like, "Oh well, thank you so much. Have a great day." Da 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 da. You know, again, it was just a conversation that I had with someone I did not know, and it clicked, and I realized, man, I'm really starting to have these conversations more. Normally, I just have conversations with myself or my dog, but you know, I'm out in public and I'm having conversations with people. Golly day, guys, that's nice. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm putting that vibe off. I'm glad I'm putting the vibe on that I am. Charlie girl, you may have given it to me because it's a pink one. There's a yellow one and a pink one. And I thought Indica gave me the yellow one. And you gave me the. It may have been. It may have been. Because she has two that are the same size that she can wear. And then she has her butterfly one. She's got her Paris Hilton one. And yeah, so she's got different harnesses. Yep. Okay, you did. You gave me the pink one. She gave me the yellow one. Okay. Lilybit got all kinds of gifts. Look at her. I need to get her a couple more. I need to look for another pink one because that one's, I mean, she wears it a lot. And I wash it. But you know how it is when it gets, she wore it for 3 years, 3+ years, I need to look and try and get her another one that's like that because that one fits her really well. It looks good on her. It looks good on her skin tone. She's marvelous. Because that Paris Hilton one I picked up for her is, it doesn't really fit her right to wear all the time. If it was just, she can wear it for a little bit, but it's, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's that comfortable on her. But that pink one and that yellow one they fit her really well. They're comfortable. She moves around. She's good to go. But yeah, I need to get her some more of those. But you have no idea where you got it. Yeah, see, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I told the lady, check Amazon, PetSmart, wherever. Just go into the pet section, look for extra, extra small. Look in the cat section. That does you good for little dogs that don't weigh nothing, unless they're a beast on the leash. Lilybit ain't no beast on the leash. She's scared of her own leash. She's scared of that. It's a retractable one, so she's scared of the big part of it. Like, ooh, if that thing drops, she freaks out. Yeah, I'll have to look. I bet I can find it on Amazon and get her more. But point of the story was I'm actually having conversations with people like I have before. And it's really nice. Just signifying you're back, baby. Like you said, you're back. Oh, yeah. See, they break them. See, Lilybit, she don't be breaking them, but she be falling out of them because she's so little. You got to make sure her fits are good, we had Chief and Ayla, the shepherds that we had. Oh, my babies. Chief, we would get collars to put on them just so they'd have collars. And, if they got out of the yard, people would know that they were somebody's pet. Don't do anything, Oh, hell, let me tell you what that dog did. Y'all, that dog, I busted his butt doing it too. I caught him red-handed, and he looked at me like, uh-oh. He was smart as a whip. He took the collar off, buried that shit. Buried it. He went so far, he took his sister Ayla's collar off and buried it. I caught him burying hers. That's how I knew what happened to the other ones. I said, oh, my goodness. Oh, have mercy. I got harness. I can't tell you how much money I invested in harnesses and this, that. That dog would not wear a collar or harness or nothing. He'd wear it just long enough where you could put it on and put a leash on him and take him for a walk. He would do that. But you better take it off as soon as you get back in because he wasn't having it. He was not having it. I don't know why. He just was like, mm-mm. So, he never wore any outfits. He was a big old dog, too, though. He was a big old boy. Oh, that's where Indica got hers was on. Indica. Okay. Chewy. I'll look at that. I'll have to look and see. When they're little like that or they're real big, you get desperate trying to find things for them. because it's like that, and I guess because little itty bitty dogs and big huge dogs are they're the oddities. They're more rare or whatever. They're not as I don't know. So it's harder to find stuff for them, And the big dogs, it is harder to find stuff they don't break. It's like, oh my gosh. And then you don't want to have a big old thing, a chain around his neck either. It's like, oh my goodness. But if they don't have to have one on, I don't worry about it. Ayla would keep hers on, but Chief would always take it off of her. I tell you, a little booger butt. Lily bit, she keeps hers on. Every once in a while, she'll step out of it. She'll have it. You look at her, and it's like, what are you doing? Her clothes or something will be off. Weird, because she got her leg through. I had to adjust her, fix her outfit. What's she doing? She looked at me like, what? Just doing this, Whew. But Lily Bit goes out with me to the stores, and it has been noted that she is very observant, and she, I kid you not, somebody said she's taking inventory, isn't she? I said, Charlie Girl says she does it all the time. Charlie Girl watches, oh, she's inventory and everything. Look at her. Yep. I kid you not, other people have recognized it too. Lily Bit is very nosy. She has to know everything that's going on, and she's busybody. She, what's that? But she's quiet as a mouse, doesn't make any noise. Yeah, get him a saddle. Make one of them little saddles for him. You can ride him. Say, come on, Tank, let's go. They make some beautiful saddles, but they're very expensive too. They're expensive. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll have to look for a discounted one somewhere or something. Yeah, she orders from Chewy.com. I'll look on there and see what I can find. Maybe they'll have, I don't know, I can order from there. I think it's Amazon or Ross. Actually, y'all, Ross has got some little itty bitty dog clothes. I'm like, this is why the other stores don't have them, because they send it all to Ross. Come on, y'all. What are you doing? Which is fine, because they're a much cheaper price. It's a better deal there, But it works. I know, Archangel. They're very expensive. Oh my gosh. They're beautiful, though. They can be beautiful. The embossed ones, oh my goodness. They can get right on up there, and they're gorgeous. But I just don't understand why I need all that, beautiful embellishment on a saddle I'm putting my ass in. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be covered up with an ass, so why are you worried about, you know what I mean? I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I'm sure if you can afford a horse, you can afford a good, decent saddle too. It's fine. Me, I'd be like, give me a blanket and one of those stadium seats for the football stadium for 10, 15 bucks. I'll make a saddle. Hey, maybe you could try that, Archangel. Just try a little, stadium seat or something. We can rig it up. Put those little pool noodles underneath it to offer that extra cushion for him so it doesn't hurt his back or anything. We could come up with a little contraption. Yeah, I know. You got to oil them up and everything. Like, you got to treat them and stuff. Because it's really nice, fine leather. Usually, well, the good ones are. I don't know if they make them out of generic, like fake leather or not. I don't know. I know a nice saddle isn't, though. And they get expensive and pricey. But you're going to pay that kind of money for one of those, you better take care of it. I mean, I would. I wouldn't not want to, I know, Archangel. I'm kind of talking about for both. Because we were going to get one for Tank. But they're so expensive. I'm just thinking of an alternative. Instead of getting an actual horse saddle, we could just create one just for Tank himself. God, the tank seat. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking we could, like a little stadium seat or one of those. You know what you need is like a an adult sized bumbo seat. You know those bumbos that they make for babies. That's what you need for his back, because that's all cushiony and everything. You just need it more adult size so you could fit into it. That wouldn't hurt his back so much. We wouldn't have to worry about too much cushion on it. Yeah, we could come up with a prototype, see if it works. Meanwhile, he'll probably break that off just like he breaks everything else off. So it may not work. It may not. It had to be indestructible. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'd have to give it to a toddler and see if they can break it. And if they can, it's not good enough. Tank will destroy it. Yeah, custom made tank saddle. I'm telling you, man. There could be a thing for that. You never know. Come on, tank, get over here, boy. You gotta saddle up. Could you imagine? His keyword would be saddle up, and he'd come running over like, "Come on, let's go, Ma. Let's go. Saddle me up." Wouldn't that be so cute? I'm terrible. I'm terrible. 5'8" on his back legs. Yeah. Ah, forego the toddler. Hey, you know what? Let's put a disrespectful teenager on his back. How about that, Archangel? Here you go, boy. Take him for a ride. Tap him on his hind parts and whoo, watch him take off, and the kid on there scared to death. Oh my gosh, tank, slow down. Scare him to death. Oh, sassy teenager, not so sassy anymore, huh? Not sassy in the saddle, are you? That'd be something, wouldn't it? And Tank would probably be like, "Oh, hello, hello." Lilybit would do it if she was big enough. She thinks she's big enough, but she ain't big enough, y'all. She knows it. I don't know. I think she thinks she's large margin in charge, but she's just a little pipsqueak. I mean, girl, look, those bones that they sell at the store, even the little ones are bigger than your head. How she thinks she's gonna do anything? Yeah, right, Archangel. Exactly. Nah, I love my dog enough. I love my dog too much to do that. Like, don't saddle him down with anything. You saddle him down with a sassy teenager. And I just say sassy teenager because that just seems kind of like, everybody's like, when they hit the teen years, we're in so much trouble. Yeah. Depending on the kid, you were in trouble way before that. Who knows? I don't know. We need to get. I could think of some. I could think. Elephants when they get people riding on their back and then they go crazy and they take off running and stuff. I could think of someone I could strap on that back of an elephant. It's called a mad elephant. I could think of someone to put on the back end of an elephant like that. The back end of one. Yeah. But yeah, like I was just doing some thinking about that. Be worthy. Worthy. Know you're worthy. Know who you are. No matter how old or how young you are, it's okay to sit there and say, I got to work on this. I got to work through this. I got to work through that. It's okay, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. And it was pointed out to me today, and I really appreciated it. Okay. I really appreciated that it was said to me like, oh, there's a big difference between how you were when you first left till now. They said, you know, they told me, I know you're still working on things. I got it. I know, but there's a huge difference. I was like, really? And they're like, oh yeah, like you were shaking visibly. They could see me shaking. And, you know, it was a constant. And I was just like, yeah, you know, and I says, but, and I always thought I was hiding out the shaking pretty well, but I wasn't, you know, apparently. But I said, you know, what you saw me shaking was 100 times worse internally, you know. But yeah, I do know that I would shake so much that I could not, like doing the crafts. I couldn't even do the crafts, guys. Like making earrings, anything like that. Absolutely not. And it got to a point where I could not even do the simplest of things, like the diamond dart. To me, that's, and I'm not trying to downplay it on anybody. It's fun to me. Diamond art is something fun and light, and just, you don't have much thinking to it. It's already there for you. It's just something to do, this monotony, right? And there are times that mentally that's what I need to do. There are times that there are things that you know, I feel like I'm more focused, so I can crochet. I can crochet, I can knit, I can sew, I can do the jewelry work, I can do beading work, I can do things that are more intricate, that are requiring stitch counting, they're, you know, keeping up with the pattern, or um, a lot of times for me it's creating the pattern. So you have to make sure that, you know, you're doing it correctly, and you're, you know, especially on doing like the seed bead earrings, um, you have to really keep track of your pattern and knowing which bead you're putting on, where it's going to lie, blah, 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 you know, and then you have to match it with another earring. And I couldn't even do the diamond art because I couldn't hold my hand steady enough. And so I got a coloring book and some markers, you know, because that's a relaxing thing. And I had to not do that because I couldn't, yeah, it was so bad. I couldn't even stay in the lines. It was bad. And so, you know, I spoke to my therapist about it, you know, and I was telling her, I cannot do it. And she goes, no, sometimes. And definitely put it in something that I had not thought of. I'm thinking because I can't stop shaking that, you know, I'm not doing it, you know. And she says, no. Sometimes you need to go ahead and do those intricate things where you are forcing yourself to, you know, work at it more, and get your mind more occupied and get more focused. I said, okay, I guess I'll try it, you know. So I did. I started making seed bead earrings again. And I was able to do it. It was hard though, y'all, because it was, oh my goodness. Where normally my hand is nice and I'm sure-handed, not sure-footed, but sure-handed, you know, and I can just, you know, but the anxiety and those nerves were so bad, it was just even hard to get those beads on the needles. And I really had to stay focused and calm down and really breathe and do what I had to do in order to get it done. But I got it done. I did it. And so, you know, anyways, point of the story is, I am at a better place than I was back in January, December, November, October, September, June, July. Oh, you know, go back. Okay. I'm in a much better place than I was then. Still working on it. Still got a ways to go. I got you. But I mean, the anxiety still comes, but it's not overwhelming. Y'all have an anxiety attack. Okay. I can't even explain it because I've had horrible anxiety attacks before, but it was like I was living with an anxiety attack that would not go away. And that's what it was. It just would not. I mean, yeah, it was horrible. You know, I joke about it and I go, you know, I've got anxiety about my anxiety. Okay, it's absolutely true. You know, I get this anxiety attack. Now I'm having more anxiety because I can't shake it. It won't stop. You know, I don't know how to get on top of it and get under control. Um, and sometimes you just can't. It's okay. It's okay. You know, this is what I'm having to tell myself. You know, it's okay sometimes to have those anxiety attacks and be overwhelmed with it. That it's okay that you can't get on top of it and get it under control, because that's saying, I've got something, I really need to work on this, you know. um, and to accept that there's just something in your life going on that is so out there and so out of control that you really are having a hard time with it. And that's how it manifests. When you think, for me, okay, when I'm thinking, you know, I've got this under control, I'm okay, I'm tough, I got this, right? um, and then you're like, no, I don't have this, and I don't want to have this. That, I think, was the key for me, is I don't want to have this shit anymore. And in order to not have it, you have to go through more shit and pile on more crap. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd and out there. It's see, that's what Tank would do. He'd see another critter and take off running. Oh, heck yeah. That's how you know you're going to be okay. You recognize you have things to work on and to heal. Others who don't will forever be perpetually miserable, and really love that for them. Yep, that's true, Charlie girl. That's absolutely true. Um, and I think that's what you know what, I do enjoy that. I enjoy the fact that, you know, I can admit that I need to work on me, but I, I'm just saying, okay, I'm okay with, you know what, I need to work on this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I'm completely okay with that. I'm okay with getting better. I'm okay that I wake up now and I don't have. Do y'all know how horrible it is? And maybe you do. And I am so sorry if you do, because I hate this for anyone. I don't want anyone to feel that. When I tell you, like with Brandy, if I could take her pain away just for 5 minutes, I absolutely would. I would carry her pain for her so she could have 5 minutes of peace that I don't think she's had since that day. I would absolutely do it. Okay. So that's how much I do not want other people to feel that way. I don't want them to hurt. I don't want you to be, you know, but I know I don't have that power. I can't do that. I understand people are walking their own path in life, and it's the way it is, you know. But to wake up with that same anxiety you went to sleep with, mind you, you're not really sleeping very well, right? Because you're sleeping with anxiety. It's like, man, I would rather sleep with some sexy ass dude than anxiety. Step aside, anxiety. I got better things to do. Come on, you know. Um, but when you wake up to that anxiety, when I say it was like just living in that constantly, like I never ever want to feel that way again. I can't say that I ever won't, but I'm gonna try my damnedest not to. And it was explained to me was, you know, you have years of carrying that shit that it all starts coming out. You know, that's how it comes out. Your body reacts. You absolutely do. Um, Amazing what happens physically when you're holding on to stress, and you may not even realize you're carrying it, or that you're holding on to it. You're stuffing it, right? Like, because I'll tell myself, yeah, I know, I just got to put that away for later. You know, I'm not dealing with that right now. Or you're thinking, oh, I handled that and it's done, but it's not, right? Like, you didn't really handle it. You're still holding on to it. You still stuffed it down, and your body and your soul, this is just how I see it, guys. Your body and your soul can only handle so much. And when you're past that full line, right? When you fill your gas tank up at the gas station, well, I think that's where I always fill mine up. I don't know if other people fill theirs up somewhere else. I don't know. But when I go to the gas station, if I put too much fuel into my gas tank, it overfills and gas goes spilling out. And what happens? It's a hazard, right? That's a hazard. Like, you don't have that, it's not a good thing. Well, I look at the stresses that you carry, the trauma that you carry, that you may have not dealt with completely, or may not have dealt with it at all. You can only have so much of it in there. You can only have so much more bullshit put on top of it, and that hazard will come out and overfill. And I do definitely think that that's where I was at that point, where I just was like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, I really felt like I could not. I know that there was some moments. Yeah, I don't really look, but not very many people are lucky enough to hear me cry or to see me cry. Okay. Now I say lucky, but they ain't lucky because it ain't so pretty. But there's been a few that have really seen me at my weakest, and I can't tell you how much they mean to me. They're the only ones who have seen me at my weakest like that. That bad, right? They have heard me raging, they have heard me crying, and they have heard me hit my knees. Hit my knees, and I'm sorry they had to hear that, Joe. I really am. I feel horrible because I feel like I traumatized them. And it's the last thing I want to do is traumatize anybody. I really don't. But I will tell you, I'm so grateful that I do not know where I would be without them. Mentally, I do not know where I would be without them. And that's the cold hard truth, y'all. Sometimes when you have those special people in your life, y'all cherish them and hold dear to them, because for me, they're everything to me. And I've always said, keep your circle small. The bigger your circle gets. I don't need hundreds of people. I got those I got, and that's all I need. I'm okay. But it's not easy for me to share those things. So I'm at a point in my life, though, that I have shared, and I don't keep everything to myself. Carry that, you're carrying that burden all the time, and it's nice that y'all need to have people you can talk to and that you can count on. And I hope that if you are going through something, that you have your people around you. Because I know how lonely it feels at times, even with having your support there, and that's no offense to them at all. Please do not think I'm saying that to anybody, that, oh, you guys are supportive, but you're just not enough. No. That's not it at all. That sometimes I think life sometimes can be so overwhelming that you do feel completely alone, no matter how many people are around you. And then you just got to pull yourself back into reality and say, hold up, it's okay. And you got this. You got this, guys. If you're going through this, somebody who's going through it, please just try to be patient with them. Try to just be understanding, compassionate, and have empathy, and just know that they're going to be okay. And encourage them and let them know that they're going to be okay, because I promise you that there's going to be times that they're going to think they're not okay. And there's going to be times that they think that they're not going to be okay. but they will be. They absolutely will be. So, just if you think you're at your lowest, oh, look, if you feel like you're at your lowest, and I'm going to tell you, there has been moments that I just, oh my God, right? The only way you can go is up, baby. The only way you can go is up, And the only thing worse would be what? You wouldn't be here in this world anymore. Then you'd be on to the other side, which in my opinion, the other side may not be so bad. For me, it's a good place. I'll be all right. I'm okay, That doesn't mean that I'm done living my life here, that's for sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, the worst thing that could happen is you'd be dead. Well, then what? Then I'll be in heaven. I'll be, in the spiritual realm doing what I need to do. I totally get anxiety sucks. Also, my life has lost my. Oh my God! Oh, you poor gal. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. You make me cry, honey. I am so sorry. Oh, you poor gal. I know. I get that. You're afraid to break down because, and I've said that, I'm afraid to cry because I won't be able to stop. If you let that out and you open the gates, it's like, when does it end? I get that. And I am so sorry. Yeah, Charlie Gray, you can't fall off the floor. That's right. You can't fall off the floor. You cannot. And you, poor gal, we're here if you need to talk. We're here, honey. I am so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. And I just said that comment. I hadn't read the chat. I am so sorry. Oh, my gosh, guys. Oh, open mouth, insert, but. Oh, my gosh. Charlie Girl, you should be on panel with me because you should have stopped me and said, Becca, look at the chat. Somebody just said that. That's very inappropriate. I'm so sorry you forgot. You're gonna be fine too, you forgot. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. We are all gonna be good. It's just, we have to go through these trying times and it hurts, and just, allow yourself to hurt and allow yourself to grieve. And I know that's a hard one for me because it's, again, you get that in your head that you're just not worthy, that you're not, and that's a me thing. Not everybody does that. I get it. I know that mine stems from very early on in childhood, but even though I know that, it's something to work on for me. That's a me thing. So yeah, and I say I'm working on it. I'm working on it, guys. Shoot, man. Look, I am, when they say you're perfectly imperfect, absolutely. I am perfectly imperfect, and I am okay with that. Because I can do something right, it might as well be imperfect, you know what I mean? Do that one right. Oh, you didn't see it either, Charlie? Okay. All right. Well, I feel bad for saying that comment. Oh my gosh. Like, oh, shoot. But I'm just sorry. I mean, that's fresh too, you forgot. That's, holy moly. You're gonna be okay though, you forgot. And if you need it, like I said, if you need to scream, cry, sit in silence, let us know. One of us will jump on call with you. I will if I'm available. I'll jump on call. You can scream and yell, you can cry, rant and rave, or like I said, just sit in silence and listen to me breathe. It's funny what you need sometimes that you don't even realize. Like sometimes you just need to know that that person is on the phone, even if you're sitting in silence. Or you're just sitting listening to a call and you're listening, like if you have a group call and other people are chatting and they're like, you're quiet. I just need to hear you guys talk. Please continue. I know I've said that. And that's okay. Oh, Uber gal, that is so sweet. 42 years. Oh, that is so sweet. I know you miss him. Oh my goodness. I know. Charlie girl, like she said, she still goes through it too. It's a grief is such a process. It really is. Charlie girl, you look, you need to be up here because I look, I'm trying to be nice, but at this point I am divorced from a narcissist after 27 years. I don't know if I'm necessarily the best one to be, you know what I mean, guys? I'm not trying to be mean, but I am seriously sorry for your loss, though, and I love that you had a great marriage and that he treated you like that. That is so awesome. Yeah, I may not be the best one at this point to be like, oh yeah, well, no, I can because it was nice that he treated you that way. That is, and that you know you were blessed for 42 years. The blessings that you had is just amazing. Charlie girl, so you doing just, I don't know, Charlie girl. Look, I'm just sitting here. I know look, I got to go somewhere tomorrow. Guess what we're going to do, Charlie girl? Yes, fancy. Yes, a true love story. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's what I thought when you girl said that too. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. You are so blessed to have that in your life. That's amazing. Mm. Oh, thank you. But look, you gal, I'm going through it. Yeah, it's going through it, but that isn't anything compared to losing the love of your life like that. That's see, everything is perspective, right? You just put that. You know what? You helped me out there, you gal. I want to check that and put it in perspective there, honey. There's even worse out there. There's harder things in life. Yeah, they're all hard, but look, that's a huge loss. But like I said, I am so glad that you had those 42 years. That's amazing. That really is amazing. But we're here. Like I say, we're here. What you mean what? What are you talking about, Johnny? What do you mean what? What? Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. ADHD. Little birdie flying out the brain that way. Hold on, come back. I wasn't finished stripping. Um, no, there's this place in the direction and where we're going. I shouldn't tell you because you gonna get mad at me. You gonna get mad. Okay, you know that viral fruit stuff that they have. It's like a mousse. Now, I looked it up, and right where we're going, there's a couple places. One pretty well known that we're going to stop in. I said we got to go in there. I want to try one. I want to try a couple. So we're going to probably stop and go try one. Those viral fruit things. I figured I'd video it for you so you'd have a little ASMR. You could hate on me for having the viral fruit. See, I told you I should have said anything. I should have just waited. But at least I prepared you for it, Charlie girl. I prepared you. I didn't want it to completely smack you out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden a video appears and, I'm eating the mango one. Whatever one. I hope they had the mango one. That's supposed to be like the number one. Crunch it. You know. You know what? Worst case. You know what? Worst case scenario though, they're not very good, and I just tell you, don't even worry about it. It's not worth it. You know. Or oh, we'll tell her hi. I know she's been busy with the fam. She's got a lot going on. We'll tell her hi though. She'll be in here. See, Charlie girl, that is something that I wouldn't forget about that. But you know, that would have been the one thing. I mean, it'd be like Crystal's Burgers. You know, it'd be like, nope, we're going. You know, we're going to get the fruit. Let's go. It would have been you and me on our own. We would have had to go do it. Nobody else wanted to. We'd been like, no, we're going. Then they would have been mad at us for going. We would have had to bring something back for them. Bring a little crumb or something, you know. Say, did you bring anything back? Yeah, the stain on my shirt from the moose stripping down. That's what I brought. Get the Fells Napa out. Start cleaning it up. You know they're good. Have you had them before? Oh, Archangel, you miss Crystal's Burgers? When we were in Tennessee, we definitely went and got some. We did. Hey, Primary Mom. Yeah, Charlie Girl wouldn't let us out of there without getting Crystal's Burger. I know we on. I had it once. I don't know how many times Charlie Girl had it. She may have had it. I know definitely twice. I think she may have had it the third time too. How many times did you have Crystals? Oh. You forgot your Diet Coke. Hmm. Oh, yeah, actually I did make some lemon pies since they've been here. But actually I was thinking about getting some stuff and making some more because I was actually thinking about that today. And I opted just to make fruit dip instead. And I was like, I need to make some lemon supreme pie. I really want one. I've been getting a hankering for them, so I need to make it. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh, the lemon and the cheesecakey. Oh my goodness, so good. Oh no, RJG, you don't have a Waffle House? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Charlie Girl, I thought y'all went 3 times. That's okay. You know what, Charlie Girl? I made my lemon supreme pie 5 times since you've been gone. No, I'm just kidding. You know I hadn't made it 5 times. I made it a few times though. Well, a couple times maybe. But I need to make it again. I do. I've been wanting them, and now that I got the lactose-free cream cheese, y'all, it's actually really good. It worked good in the fruit dip. I can make that, and then everybody in the house can have it. Got to be lactose-free though. You know, I might actually get some stuff and make that tomorrow. Who am I kidding? I probably ain't gonna make it tomorrow either. It might be the next day, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will make it tomorrow. Well, Charlie Girl, you better get your booty down here. I'll make some. And you know I'll make a whole thing of it just for you. No, you have to whip that cream cheese yourself. It's not whipped. Hey, it's lactose free. You only got a certain choice, you know? You only have a certain choice on it. So they didn't have it in whipped, but that's all right. You can whip it yourself. And ooh, banana cream. Yeah, but it's sweetened condensed cream. That's dairy, isn't it? That's what I'm worried about. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to look at it. I'll look at that recipe, and I might make it tomorrow. It would be good. Of course, if I have the fruit mousse, you know, the viral fruit stuff, I probably shouldn't go ahead and do that. Forget about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Look, the fruit mousse and lemon supreme pie. Oh, it'd be so good. I don't know what it is about that lemon supreme pie, y'all, but you know, it's like I swear, that's like, I think it's my favorite. I do. I think it's my fave. I love that stuff. Oh, chicken pot pie. Heck yeah. Oh, chicken pot pie is so good. Charlie girl likes a good chicken pot pie too. Well, Fancy, you can't even choose, so anything sounds good to you right now, doesn't it? Oh, we're talking about food. I'm so sorry, Fancy. Make sure you're on call. I'll call you. We're supposed to stop on afterwards as long as, you know, everything goes okay. Oh, but Fancy, you know what? I don't think there'd be much chewing in chicken pot pie. I think you might be able to just kind of like smooth that up. Maybe not the crust, but I bet you could have the other stuff. We could chop it up real tiny. It might be okay. I know what you could have though. Lemon supreme pie. There's no chewing with that. You would not have to chew that at all. Just don't eat the crust. You won't have to, you know, just don't do the crust. Oh yeah, Charlie girl. She only likes chicken pot pie that has chicken in it. Look, y'all, she ain't got a chicken pot pie. Was it from KFC? She said she counted the pieces of chicken in it. How many was it? Was it one or two? Yeah, you could have. I'm telling you, Vance, you could have it. See, I could come up with all kinds of stuff for you to eat that you could have, not have to chew. You'd be all right. Without lemon supreme pie, you definitely could have that. Of course, if you said you didn't like it. You know, you could probably do that, a peach one too, I bet. But that artificial flavoring, you know, that's another, oof. You know what? I don't even want to think about it. That's another thing I don't have. Ooh, God. Let it go, Becca. Let it go. All my little, I'll have to get more. My candy flavorings and stuff. Half a piece the size of a dot. That's right. See, you gal said if she lived closer, she'd make chicken pot pie for her. Look, we could have chicken pot pie. We could have lemon supreme pie. Ooh, we could do the pies all the way around. Charlie girl could make some of her. Oh man, Charlie girl's a good cook there. Let me tell you. Yeah, we could have some. We'd have some good food. And I know you gal. You look. I know she has chicken pot pie with chicken in it. Oh, chicken tetrazzini. Oh yeah. Oh, it's just judging by your name. Hmm. Oh, that was probably good. If I can say that sounded good. Scrambled eggs, ketchup, and sour cream. Mm. Fancy. I would have melted some cheese on that sucker. Oh, get the nacho cheese to put on that. You don't have to chew that. I'm a sucker though. I like my cheese. And the Greek yogurt. Oh, Greek yogurt is good too. Hopefully it was local, honey, Fancy. You know, that way it helps build up your allergies and stuff. It helps with that. It's got to be local though. But you know what? It's crazy though. That whole thing. I'm telling you, when I traveled for work all the time, oh my God, there were a few places, and I know where they are, that would set my. I don't know what it was there, but when I tell you it set my allergies off, oh my God. One of them is Grandview, Texas, y'all. Beautiful place. It's nice, serene. But when I tell you my allergies are triggered horribly, it's bad. It's bad. And then Arkansas. I can enter Arkansas. Oh, I don't know what is there, but it's horrible. Something does not agree with me. So one of the guys I work with, he's like, you got to get your local honey, get you some local pollen. You know, they have little bee pollen. You can get that and sprinkle it on your food too. And he said everywhere he goes, he gets that because his allergies would do the same. Yeah, getting local would be best. And a protein shake. Look, you know what? I picked up some of them little protein shake things. They had a little set of 4 of them for $6.98. So that probably means I'm not going to be able to stomach them. They're going to taste like Ensure, and I'm going to be gagging and like trying not to puke. Probably. Hopefully somebody else will drink them. But they have like 30 grams of protein in them. And I know I got to get my protein in. It was said to me by somebody, you know, they're so critical of me, criticizing my protein intake. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you had to drink the protein shakes too. See, I got them, but the thing is I do not, and I think it's because of, I know what it is, okay? Because back in nursing school, having to deal with protein shakes, and that's the one part that I know I'm gonna have to smell that shit again. Y'all, I cannot stand the way it smells. And there was an incident with them, so you know, I don't know. But I can smell it and I can taste that in those shakes. I'm hoping maybe it doesn't gag me out. I'm hoping, but I've seen where you can put it. You know, you make your coffee drink with it. I'm gonna try that. See if it's something I can tolerate, just to get the protein in. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If not, you know what? I'm gonna ride with the fact that lemon supreme pie has enough protein in it for me. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that stuff is good. Oh no, you got sick on fancy? What the heck? Oh Lord. Oh well, Charlie girl, I'm in luck. That's the rule of thumb. You should have the same number of grams of protein as the number of pounds you weigh. I'm doing good then. I ain't too worried about it. I probably got it going on then. I'm good. I'm good. Of course, I don't know, y'all. You know what Charlie girl said to me today? She said, "Have you weighed yourself?" Look, she ain't here to shut me up either. She down there in chat. She said, "Have you weighed yourself lately?" I said, "No, it's been a while." And she says, "Well, your face looks, what did you call me? Fluffy. You called me fluffy, didn't you?" I said, "What?" Jenna said, "Oh no, she isn't. That's her makeup. She's not fluffy." I said, "Fluffy." I said, "Girl, I don't need to weigh myself. I know I hadn't gained any weight." How do you know? I said, "Because my size zeros are falling down. So I know I haven't gained any weight, unfortunately. I wouldn't mind gaining a little bit." Oh, they do have tasteless protein powder. See, that's what I would have to try because y'all know that taste and that. Ooh, I don't know. Fingers crossed that these cheap protein shakes I got from the store. I don't know. I'm not holding much hope, but you know, them protein shakes are expensive. I'm sorry, but $20 for a little thing. I'm like, what the heck? Y'all selling gold? I didn't know I was drinking gold, you know. Plump, plump. I thought you said fluffy. Either way, I was like, what the heck? I said, huh. Yeah, wishful thinking. Yeah. It would be nice to get a little bit more plump. I do need to gain some weight. Yeah, well, I got chocolate and then what is it? The dole leche or whatever it is, the caramel kind of thing, you know. So we'll see. I thought, the chocolate one wouldn't be good in my coffee because I personally, I love chocolate, just not in my coffee. Okay. That's just one I don't mind a rich chocolatey undertone in my coffee flavor, but I don't like chocolate creamer, anything like that. I prefer to have in my coffee caramel, southern butter pecan, that kind of thing. However, I could do if I do an iced coffee, I might be able to get that chocolate down in there. Which I don't know. There's some of that mushroom coffee. I got that mushroom coffee, um, and I have some of that up there. I could try that, but it definitely would not be a coffee for me. There's just no substitute for my coffee, y'all. I'm sorry. I like to have my hot cup of coffee with my southern butter pecan creamer. And I just, the fluffy coffees, drinks and stuff, I don't consider those my coffee intake for the day. That's just me. But ooh, she got sick on the chocolate one. Yeah. Oh, fancy. I just hope it stops and you stop getting sick. Oh no. Oh, Archangel. I know you look, man. Look, after I had my third baby, I gained all that weight and I just could not shake it, y'all. I could not shake it. I stayed pretty much, the fluffy fat girl for a while, for a long time. And I did, having to take the Mounjaro and the Jardiance and all that stuff, um, and getting the vitamin levels where they needed to be, that kind of stuff. That's helped get the weight off. And then, this, the last teen months, has really weight's just kind of, so I wouldn't mind gaining some back. I don't want to get fluffified again, but I wouldn't mind gaining a little bit more back. Would be nice, but it's okay. I'll take it. Yeah, I know. See, you got to have that extra protein because it definitely hurts you when you don't have it. I mean, don't Oreos? I bet you mega stuffed Oreos have extra protein in them, don't they? They got the mega. There's got to have lots of protein in those. Charlie girl, I can hear her now. Oh my God, no, it doesn't. Rebecca, you can't be getting your protein like that. And she'd say, hand me an Oreo. That's what she'd say. Oh yeah, Archangel. I get you. Be careful. 36 pounds in a month. I know you can do it, but it's not always the healthiest. You get that protein, but congratulations on that. It's a hard one because you probably feel like, well, I need to lose some weight, health reasons, but yet then they should say, and that's the thing. Oh, but you're losing it too fast. Well, dang, what do you want me to do? Sometimes especially if you're not intentionally going to lose 36 pounds in a month, and it just happens because you are doing the medications and this, that, and the other, whatever's going on, you're losing weight, even though you're not intending to lose that much weight. It's the way it works. It's what happens in our lives, right? Yeah, fancy, you're going to end up you lost your appetite. Yeah, I get that. Medication and stuff definitely will. I know my Mounjaro definitely. That for me, I think it's that, but coupled with stress. I mean, the Mounjaro keeps me from eating that much anyways, but then anxiety. I'm sorry, y'all. I know some people can be emotional eaters, and I'm not going to say that at any point in my life that I have not been an emotional eater, but at this point, no. It's the opposite now, where it's like, oh, I can't eat because I'm going to be sick. And when you're riddled with anxiety like that, for me, okay, is you're visibly shaking on the outside, and the internal shake is even worse. I could not. It was like I couldn't even swallow the food. It was all I could do to drink coffee. And I even had my coffee intake go down, y'all. That's bad. That's bad. You know it's bad. If Becca doesn't even drink, 2 pots a day, it's like I wasn't even drinking a pot of coffee. Like, that's horrible. Um, yeah, that's bad. I think about that. That's worrisome. Definitely right there. You should know something wrong. Something wrong. Yeah, what? You heated that cup of coffee up how many times? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. And the pregnancy nausea is horrible. I hated that nausea. I hate nausea anyways. But that morning sickness, that's why when I do feel nauseous, I go back to that pregnancy nausea and I'm like, oh, I do not like it at all. Not at all. It was a miserable time. But my first pregnancy was horrible. I stayed sick for the first 6 months. I was free for a couple months, and the last month it came again. Oh, it was rough. Rough, rough, rough. And 2 of my girls had absolute miserable morning sickness with their first ones. So I totally get it. I think they definitely got that. I don't know. It must be something. Only one time during 4 pregnancies? Wow. Ooh, yeah, Charlie girl, you can. Uh, I get you because you just can't keep up with the Joneses on that food plate thing. I'm telling you, because I end up I can only eat so much, and it's just the way it is. When I go out, I typically this is just horrible though. This is why don't I just order and eat what I want to eat and call it a day? I do not know. It's just something in me that penny pincher, clearance searcher, that's in me. It's embedded in me. It's even with the food. I when I go to a restaurant, I try to think, okay, well, what can I take home? Because I'm not going to eat all that. Even a child's portion is too much. Um, so I always think, well, what can I reheat? What can be reheated easily, and what can be taken home in a doggy bag, even if it has to be refrigerated? Will I be able to have another meal out of it, right? So a lot of times that's how I gauge what I get instead of actually just getting what I want. And it was really hard because a couple weekends ago we did go out and went out and had a nice dinner. It was for my birthday, so we had gone and got dinner, and then we went out afterwards. So right there, I already knew I was not going to be able to take home whatever was left over because it would be sitting in the car. And it would have been way too long without being refrigerated. So, it pained me because it was really, really good. Okay. But I couldn't eat anymore. I was like, I'm full. I'm going to be sick because, we'd had hors d'oeuvres and, and I'd already eaten. I was full before the meal got there, which is very typical for me, but I did eat what I could, but it just like killed me because I was like, I should be able to take this in a little doggy bag and take it home. And couldn't do it. So they just had to take it. And that was hard, but it was delicious. It was delicious. I know, eating off the kids menu and they'll say no. I don't know. Some places used to be really, really bad about that. And like I know when people were starting to get the stomach reduction surgeries, like they would actually have to take a card into a restaurant that showed them that they could order from the kids menu. And I thought that's just so sad, because you're not giving the food you're selling is adequate for the price, right? So does it matter who's actually getting it? That whole thing of 12 and under or 10 and under, whatever. It's like, y'all could take that shit and shove it to the birds. It's ridiculous. Stress gave me the nausea, not the medicine, as I ran out of the med and start back on it. Oh, Archangel, I'm sorry you're stressing, hon. See, I wish I could take your stress away. I really do. But like I said, I can't do that. I wish I could. Stress is no fun, y'all. It sucks. I'm just saying it sucks. But you know what? I'm just to a point. I think because I was riddled with it so hardcore for a while there, and the anxiety was so horrible. Now I'm just like, what's the worst? Right? Y'all ever ask yourself that? Okay, how, where's it going to go from here? How is it going to get any worse from here? You know, like I said it just today. I said, I don't have two fucks left to give. And I don't mean that in such a mean way. I'm just saying, look, when you're down on the floor, like you said, you're on the floor. You just get up. Now, just hopefully you don't get knocked down getting back up. That's what I'm hoping for. But, I'm just kind of preparing. I'm like, yeah, whatever, take it as it comes. I was riddled with some of the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life. I was terrified more than I have ever been terrified in my life. Once you feel that and you're going through it, it's like, what could be any worse? Honestly. I mean, yeah, it could always be worse, I suppose, but you're like, look, man, I made it through that. I'm good. I'm completely good. So it's like, hit me with your best shot. Whatever. Hit me with your best shot. Do what you gotta do. I don't even care. Oh, yeah. I get that, Archie. Look, I know exactly what you're saying. Sometimes you bring it on yourself. Sometimes we stress on things and we worry about things that, one, they are not in our control. Very little is in our control, right? And there isn't anything we can do to change any of it. There's nothing we can do to change the outcome. We can't go back and make it not happen. We can't do any of that. And for me, that's a hard one to go, hey, but I have to accept this. Woo! Yeah, I know I can't be the only one who suffers from that because I know somebody else out there is going, I do not want to accept this. Okay. And da 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 da. For me, it's been real, it's been nice going, you know what? I just accept it. It's fine. What can I do? Can't do anything about it. Can't change it. Whatever. But what you can do things about, okay, I'll say this. What you can do things about, okay? For me, I'm at a point where, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I got time. I got time to do these things that I've got in my mind that I'm going to do that need to be done and need to happen. So, I'm good with that. And to just know that I got time to do what I got to do. Because nothing is ever set in stone. Things can change. You just have to ask yourself the avenues in which you need to take to change those things. And I, fortunately, because of the situation and how it is and how it's played out, I will have better opportunity to change things than I did before. So that's a plus and that's a bonus. It's something to look forward to. It's going to be a long, hard road for me to get there because it is unfortunately going to cost them some money. It's going to, you got to do what you got to do though, right? And I will figure out a way to do it and get it done. And I know in the end, it will all work out. It'll all be good in the end. And then, like I said, you have to ignore the rest. Absolutely. Those stresses that other people do, look, y'all take your stress on somewhere else. You live it yourself, deal with it yourself. We cannot fix anyone else. You know, and we say those things, right? We hear those things. I don't know if y'all did, but I did. My mom would tell me things like that growing up. You cannot fix anyone else but yourself. You're not responsible for anyone else but yourself. You're only responsible for you and your actions and da 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 da, all those things, right? You hear it a lot. I did, but it doesn't mean that you necessarily 100% believe it. Um, especially if you try to be a fixer and you want to fix things for people. You want to fix them, whatever, right? Well, it's not my job to fix anybody. And I'm sorry if you got too much fixing. I ain't got time for it. Gotta go. You know what I mean? And I say that with all the love in my heart, or maybe not so much love, depending on who you are. You know what I mean? But it isn't our job to stress over everybody else's situations in life, and they have to fix that on their own. And I'm at a point where I'm okay with that. For a while, I wasn't. Especially if it's somebody you love and care about, whether it be a family member, whether whoever it is. Um, I can't fix this for you. You have to go do it. So for me, I just have to be okay with the fact that I can't fix it for you. You're going to have to do it. And I'm going to have to trust that you're going to get it done. If I can help you in any way, just, I'll try, but you got to do it. You got to want to do it. It's just like, it's the same principle as, an addict. They got to want to get clean. Well, these people got to want to get the stress out of their life. They got to want to get better mentally, whatever's going on, right? They got to want it. It's the same thing. We really need to for me, I need to apply that kind of that thinking to the rest of my life, honestly. I can't make somebody want to be sober. I can't make somebody want to be mentally healthy. I can't make somebody want to be understanding and have compassion and empathy when they don't. I can't do it. I just can't. You got lots to change, but I know it, and it is, change is hard. It's hard, y'all. For me, it is. I don't know. Does anybody else like to change? Some people go through change, some people don't. And it's funny because growing up, we did a lot of moving, a lot of moving. Like I went to 13 different school districts, 13. Kindergarten all the way to your senior years, 13 years, So we did a lot of moves, and it was nice because we got to see and experience all kinds of places and in different situations. You found out areas you liked, and you found out areas you'd stay away from. So growing up, there was changes constantly. There was constant changes, and I think that's good. But then in another way, now, like this is the longest I have ever been in one state my whole life. Right, it is right here in Texas, and to change after all this time is really hard. Like I never saw myself leaving Texas. I would be really sad if I thought about leaving out of Texas, right? And that's not so much now. We're actually talking about moving to another state. So, and that could be on the agenda in the future. So, I mean, that is a change that I did not think that I would be down with. And now I'm okay with that change. So I guess, for me, the change happens when it's going to happen. Sometimes we're forced into the change. Sometimes, for me, it's like you're forced to have a change in your life. And it just kind of catapulted me into, hey, hold on. More changes can come, and more changes would be good. So it's You know, and they say the world is your oyster. It's true. And you can go any direction you want to go. Do what you want to do. Be where you want to be. Michael McDonald song, you know, Shine Sweet Freedom. Shine Sweet Freedom, shine a light on me. You know, that song is an older song, but yeah, it's kind of good too. Yeah. Yeah, I get you on the depression. I was in that funk for a while too. I don't know you, gal. I mean, we got 49 states to choose from. Florida would be nice. There's Carolina. East Coast would be nice. Hey, maybe we'll head back to Virginia. We never know. We've discussed a couple of options, you know. Like, where do you want to go? Hey, well, when we finish this, we can get up and go. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Hell, we could just stay right here in Texas. You know, it won't be here in this little city for long, but yeah, you know, if you're gonna move, you might as well go ahead and move again, right? Well, Florida wouldn't be bad. It's got to be a big state. Whatever we move to has got to be a big state. You know, I don't know. I just know that it's change is can be scary, and it can be hard, and it can be, for me, I can deal with it gracefully and go along with it, or I can dig my heels in and fight it all the way. But it's not gonna matter because the change still has to happen. The change still has to occur. So I opt to let me flow with it gracefully, or try to. Okay, try to. I'm not gonna dig my heels in. You know what? I dug my heels in for so long, y'all, and my heels. I tell you, I got a heel spur. Legit, I do. Doxing my medical. Hold on, you know. And I think it was from digging my heels in for so damn long. I'm tired of digging my heels in and refusing to change, and not wanting healthier for myself and not wanting better for me. And so I think it is easier for me now to just like go with the flow and say, okay, let's do this gracefully. Let's go. Because I did for a long time. I put that stubborn face on, dug my heels in, and said, no. I was trying to force something to work that wasn't going to work. You know, trying to force something out of someone who they're not capable of, you know, that kind of thing. It just doesn't work. And it was just heels dug in, and I'm flattened against a brick wall repeatedly. Don't, you know. So I gotta say, as far as change goes, when I look at it now, it's nice that I am not fighting any of it, and I'm not being stubborn with my heels dug in and just going, all right, let's do this. You know, it's nice not to have my feet so tensed up. You know what I mean? It is nice. Yeah, heads Carolina, tails California, one day green. You know, I was born in Cali. I don't really want to live in Cali. It's expensive as all get out there. It's expensive. Nice though, but expensive. I don't know. We got options though. And we got time. This is like a 3-year plan. Like, you know, looking into the future, because it's not going to be any. Well, honestly, I could do it immediately. Okay, but we're gonna do it's like we got a couple things I've got to get done and tidied up here, and then um, get get going. And that's like I was signing up for college and stuff, and doing all that, and I did look into it because I was like, okay, well, if I get my RN, then you know if I go to another state, oh, that's going to be a problem, but there isn't. There's you can get with the NCLEX, you can get the licensing for just your state, which means okay, and they've got one that's a multi-state one that there's so many states um, you can work under in these other various states. And if you do the multi one, what that means is when you move there, you can work immediately, and you can work under your licensing for your current state, and then you can work while you're waiting to apply. You apply for the licensing there, and so you can do that. But if you don't have the multi-state one, then you move and you can be there, but you can't work until you get your licensing there. So it's you got to put the application in, and you apply for it, blah blah blah. So there's that option. So I already know. Okay, after I get my degree, then I just got to make sure that when I go to do the NCLEX test, that I do a multi-state one, and that'll cover my bases. Even if I were never to leave Texas, it would still cover my bases, and I could also travel and do nursing there, and come back. No, I do not travel for work, Ubergal. I do not at this moment. I definitely could. I could get that job back if I was able to. I could. As of right now, I'm not currently working right now. I've taken a leave for multiple reasons, and I will probably I'm going to be a full-time college student. So I think at this point, I may just look for like a little part-time position, just, to make ends meet, pay the bills that I got to pay kind of thing. And that's it. But the main goal is to go to school so that I can make a really good living and provide really well for myself, which would be really nice, and not depend on somebody else to do, or to sit back and how shall I say that? Well, it's about time I go out and I do for me, and I don't let anybody hold me back. And no one's going to tell me that I'm not just as important as anyone else. And I'm not going to not take on a good job or whatever because, well, you need to be at home. You know what I mean? That kind of situation. Because it has been an ongoing problem where if you have a good job and you're making, yeah, I can't even say that because it doesn't matter what job it is, it's a problem, So I'm going to make sure that I am set and doing what I need to do, and not have anybody tell me that there's a problem with it. You know what I mean? So there's that. Yeah, well, you forgot, since I was 4 years old, I wanted to be an RN. And for a long time, I wanted to work cardiac, which I still kind of want to do. I do. Although other people have pointed out, well, you'd be good doing this. You could do that. Da, 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 da. We'll see. We'll see. The thing about nursing is there's so many avenues that you can take with it. And it's amazing. You never know where you're going to end up. Like we can I can always sit there and go, yeah, I want to do this and da 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 da. And you know what? It would be awesome that, I get my RN and I could work a week in cardiac and I'd say, hey, I did it. But move on to something else. And nursing is exactly that. And I always say, whatever you're doing, and I always try to tell my kids, whatever it is you're doing, keep an open mind because you may be in this field, but you don't know where that's going to lead you and what you're going to be doing. Possibilities can be endless, right? For the medical field, it's definitely, there's just so many different routes you can go with it. Um, and as long as you've got the education under your belt, you've got the degree, it would be nice to eventually move on and make sure I got my master's in it. That would be awesome. Especially if you wanted to be a DON somewhere, anything like that. It would be great. But as of right now, I'm just, what? I want to get my RN degree, my bachelor's of science. I would be tickled pink with that. I mean, tickled pink, y'all. I'm not saying I'd be somebody because I am already somebody, but I'm just saying it would be so. Oh my God! I'm just smiling thinking about it, and I'm thinking, oh, let me do it in 2 years. I could do it in 2 years. Um, but that's going to be able to go, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to go full time as a student and hopefully, they have the summer classes and I don't mind going all summer. It don't matter. It's full time, just like a full time job, right? Um, and I think if I did the summer or next summer, then, um, I should be able to do it in 2 years. Yeah, exactly. Traveling nurse, that would be so cool. You'd make good money with that. I mean, ooh, there's money to be made. But it would offer that financial security, um, that I'm going to do that for me, and it's okay to do that for me. Um, you know what I mean? When you put off doing what you need to do for so long in the name of, you know, you're this, you're a mother, you're this, you're that, oh, you need to be here, da 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 da. I'm not allowing that for myself anymore. I've allowed that for myself all these years, and I see where that's gotten me. I see where it's gotten me, and it's got me in a place that I did not want to be. That's for sure. So, you know what? I got it. I'm on. I just can't wait to get it going. Be in school. Do what I gotta do. It's gonna be fun. I was joking about it. I was telling a friend of mine. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to college." And another guy, he came walking up. He was, Becca, when did I give you permission to go to college? What are you doing? And he meant it in like, not in a controlling way, guys. He meant it in a loving way. It was like, man, I'm going to miss you. You're going to be at college all the time. When am I going to see you? And the other guy said, yeah, I'm going to go to college. I said, I just hope they don't treat me like the dorm mom there. They're going to look at me and be like, what's the granny doing here, He spoke up and he goes, oh, they're going to treat you like the dorm mom. He says, you're the mom here. You know that. Cracked me up, y'all. Got me laughing so hard. Underage children that 5. One's almost 18. One's pushing 18. So really, the 4 younger ones, they're the ones at home still, and they're the ones that you got to do it for. That's who you do it for. And they're all old enough that they. Well, I'll talk about that later. They're self-sufficient, thank goodness. That's another whole ball of wax there. another whole ball of wax. So, it is what it is. That's the future, but those are changes, and those are big, huge changes. Um, and like I said, I'm not digging my heels in anymore. I'm gonna go with it, float through the air like a dandelion blowing in the wind. Whew. Hopefully I maintain it, keep it all together, because I'd hate to be blowing in all those little different pieces like a dandelion. Ooh, lordy, I don't want that part, but you know, just a nice whole a dandelion. Don't let me fall apart, but just floating around and doing what I gotta do. You know, wouldn't that be something? I gotta tell you, y'all, it would give me a little gratification to know that once again I was making more money than somebody else. It would. It would give me a little gratification on that. Hmm. Who knows? I know, I just know that it's gonna be, ooh, it's gonna be something going to college, y'all. Going to college. Ooh, taking those classes. I'm hoping because they have the option. You have your campus, and then you can do online. And they said, "Do you want to do one? Do you want to do both?" And I was like, "Yes, give me online what you can." Because if there's definitely courses that I could take online, I would definitely do those. Of course, your clinicals, you're going to have to be in person to do that. I do not want to learn. I don't want to go through clinicals. There's just no way you can do clinicals online. To me, that's not even a possibility. Yeah, you gal. I hope so too. I got to stay focused. And like I said, if I could push it for 2 years, then look, if I could push it for 2 years, then I could work and I could still go for my master's. And I could probably get it done in 4. I could probably have my master's in 4 years. Maybe I should set that goal now that I think about that. Because if I don't set the goal for me and tell myself that I have to do this, why stop at just the bachelor's of science? Why? Yeah, let's not do that. Maybe I should reevaluate this. I'm going to write a little plan down saying the master's degree should be the way. That should be the ultimate goal. That's what I should do. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do right there. Hold that one in huh. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I just know if I can, let me just at least, I'm going to get that bachelor's of science and I'll be tickled pink with that. Then I'll be really tickled pink to get a master's degree. Ooh, wee. Y'all, could you believe me have a master's degree? That would be shocking. Huh. That'd be something. Really would be. Yeah. But all right, guys, you ready to circle this up? Because I know it's getting late and I do got to get a little bit of sleep because I got to be up and got a couple things to do tomorrow. But I might be live tomorrow night, depending on how it goes tomorrow. We'll see how it goes and how it's not an appointment for me, it's for somebody else. So I got to make sure that they're okay, that kind of thing. But they're feeling all right, then I might be able to go live tomorrow night. Phew, I got just thinking of a couple things I got to do tomorrow. A couple things I got to do. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You got gourmet fruit to go eat. That's right. And probably lemon supreme pie to make. I sure do. And then I'd be wishing y'all were here to eat it with me. But never fear. Never fear. I'll take one for the team, and I'll eat your portion too. You'll be all right. I'll eat your portion too. I'll get plump again. Don't worry. I'll get plump. But if you were here, I'd make extra. I'd be like, okay, we're going to do 4. If Iris was here, we'd have to make, 6 of them. Nah, we wouldn't have to make that many. But we just have, you know what? We just make what we made before. And then if we ran out, we just make more. It is going to be sad. It's always sad when I make them. And then, I just picture you and Iris in the refrigerator trying to get y'all to the airport. And I'm just relieved that I don't have to go to the emergency vet with Lily Bit because she got stung by a bee and the Benadryl worked. Thinking she's not dying. Let's go. We got to get to the airport. And I look over and y'all are just in the refrigerator eating the pie. I said, bring it and just bring it into the car. It's fine. Let's go. Oh, yeah. All right. Y'all have a great, great night. And remember, tell yourselves, just like I do, okay, you are worthy. You deserve space in this world just as anybody else does. Only you can find your worth. Your worth is not found in anyone else. I'm working on that. If you need to work on it, I hope you are working on it as well. And if you're already secure in that, awesome. Those of us who aren't, we will achieve it eventually. Okay? And change is okay. Change is good. You don't have to dig your heels in. We can change when we need to. Sometimes it feels really good once you're forced into that change. It feels pretty good. Just go with it. Do what you got to do. Y'all have a great, great day. Whatever it is you're doing today or tomorrow, I'll catch you again. Like I said, maybe tomorrow night we'll go live. Got time today, so to speak. Y'all have a great one, and thank you for hanging out with us. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't lock me, you can't lock me down. I will not lay down my arms. Ready to be covered in scars. Cause I will always be a warrior. Late nights, get lost, hard work, the cost. Can't quit, can't stop. This world all cut off. Don't have time to waste, not now. Need to find a way to get out. Cause I'm gone in deep. Get lost in the weeds. You know it's all about the conquest. What's next? You gotta put the work in like you're obsessed. Think about what you want, what's your future? What kind of person would it take to seduce her? So what's next? Be obsessed with winning and your success. Make progress, this life is never promised. So feel blessed, live life, don't be too cautious. Trust the process.
In too deep, I'll never quit. I wanna see this through. Yeah, I'm all in, and I will hold my head up high. Got what it takes to fight and survive.
Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't lock me, you can't lock me down. I will not lay down.